Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SAP Tutorials, and today we're going to talk about one of the important topics, which is SAP Background Jobs that should be valid for the technical team and as well as the functional team, because it is something where we can achieve the automation, remove the repetitive manual task, I would say. So we're gonna discuss and see what are the pros and cons of the background jobs, and then how we can set up the background jobs, okay, and how we can just troubleshoot the background jobs which are running, and sometimes we might found that it got fails, right? So how to know what is the exact reason, why the background job has been failed, right? So I have prepared a PPT. First of all, we will go through the slides to understand the basics of the background job, what actually it is, and then the life cycle, then the scheduling basics, and what are the job components, and then how we're gonna troubleshoot and all those things we're gonna discuss, and then we're gonna straightforward jump into the system to see how we can create a bad job and how we can do the troubleshooting. Okay, so let me put it into the presentation mode. All right. So, SAP background jobs, scheduling, monitoring, and troubleshooting for new administrators. All right. So, we're going to discuss this in detail. But before proceeding ahead, I would like to request each and everyone, please follow my channels, like and subscribe, and do share as well among your colleagues and friends. Okay. All right. So, let us proceed. So, introduction of background jobs. Why we use background processing in SAP? First is automation, which is very important, right? To remove the manual intervention or the manual effort. Okay. So if there's something which is repetitive, right? Like you are settling the orders, you are settling the cost, right? So there can be n number of orders and you want to settle, right? So you cannot do, you cannot go one by one and put your manual effort and these kind of repetitive task, okay? Or you wanted to open your posting period every month for different company codes, like you have like 30 40 company codes, right? And you are opening the period for the material, right? So that is something where we can introduce this thing as an automation just to remove this repetitive task, because sometimes you can forget, or it is human effort, manual human effort, right? So just remove all these things, and once you set this job, it will also work as a seamless thing, right? You do not need to worry because it is already running in the back end, and you do not need to care. System will monitor in the back end, and system will open the posting period, or system will do the settlement, all those things, right? But it is not like that. You have to know how to set this, right? So that we will see. And then again, the performance offload long running tasks to keep the system responsive. Okay. Which means you are not running the job in the front end. The job will run itself in the back end, right? So it will offload the server. If you have like a repetitive task which is running every now and then, right? Then scheduling, execute programs at specific times, even outside business hours. Yes, so this is very important, right? So generally business hours are like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., right? Where the production server load is very much, because all of those users, super users, or maybe consultants might be working on something, right? Someone might be creating a purchase order, purchase requisition, sales order, work order, right? Production order, something like so. So there can filling time sheets, like, so there can be huge load on the production server, right? So to avoid that and to avoid the failure of this manual task as well, first you are doing the automation, right? Now also system will ensure that if you are running it outside the business hours, so your load on the server will be less, right? So you can easily schedule at your preferred duration, which is outside your business hours. Suppose like at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., or 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., your system load is very less. So you can schedule the jobs at that time, and system will run it back end, right? So you do not need any manual intervention. It is just the setup thing, right? So that we're gonna discuss. And then coming to the scalability, process large volumes of data with allocated resources. So yes, so in SAP S4HANA, SAP has provided us a functionality where when you are scheduling a big chunk of jobs or chunk of programs which are running in one batch job, one background job. So there is a provision where you can set it to run it parallel. Suppose you are having a record of 10,000, right? So you do not need to run those 10,000 records immediately when running the background program. You can set it up like doing the parallel thing. Suppose 1,000 first batch is 1,000, then 2,000, like 3,000, something like that. You can set it up. Okay, so in first batch how many records you wanted to process, right? So I mean in every batch how many records you wanted to process. So by doing this, what will happen, system will run smoothly, right? So load will be less, right? And you do also have a choice of selecting the server. If you are not sure, you can select default. System will automatically run the background job on the server which is less loaded. Okay, otherwise you can contact your basis team and you can ask which server I should choose uh, outside of business hour, or if required you need to run it within the business hours, then you can ask basis team which server should I choose. Generally, I mean, from the administrative point of view, basis team is responsible for scheduling, creating and scheduling a batch job in the production server. But as a functional consultant, you need to provide details to them. Otherwise, they cannot create and schedule the batch jobs. So there are a few things. So that we will see in the setup, right? So all those things needs to be provided to the basis team. Then only they will be able to schedule the batch jobs, right? So this was about the introduction. And again, automation, which can reduce your manual effort and errors and performance, improve system responsiveness and scalability. So by introducing the background jobs, we achieve both the things, automation and the performance. Then the job life cycle from creation to completion. So what are the different statuses of the background jobs? So scheduled, then released, then ready, then finish, active, cancel, right? So once you will schedule it, it will show as scheduled. When you will release it, it will be ready for running. Okay, so once it met the condition, whatever the condition that you have provided to the system, means date, time, whatever it is. Okay, once it met the condition, it will start running. Active means it is currently running. Finish means the job has been completed successfully. Okay, and cancelled means the job ended prematurely due to an error. So this is something, it means your job has been cancelled due to some error. So here you have to do the troubleshooting. All right, so these are different statuses or life cycle of a job. You can see from you can say from creation to completion. Then scheduling basics, transaction SM36. So as in SM36, you can create a batch job and schedule a batch job. Okay, so this is a primary tool where we define the new background jobs. Okay, and ensure the job reaches release status to run. So it is very important, because if your job is in scheduling status, it will not run. Okay, until and unless you will not release the job, because you are telling the system, okay, I have reviewed each and everything, and now I'm giving you a green signal that you can run this job. So it means you have to click on the green flag, which means you have to release it. Then only system will understand, okay, this is ready to run. Now, if I'm meeting conditions, then I will run this background job. Okay. So while creation of this background job, the scheduling basics are assign name, okay, which should be unique, descriptive job name. Okay, so if you are defining a job name, make sure that it is meaningful, unique. Okay, and tomorrow someone wanted to find that found, I mean, someone wanted to search that bad job, they can easily find it through the name. So follow the naming convention. Okay, so for an example, if you are working in SD, I mean defining a background job for the SD, then it should be like ZSD, something like that. Okay, for finance, ZFI, you can see COs controlling ZCO, for MM, ZMM, for plant maintenance, PM, or ZEM, which is enterprise asset management, for PP, ZPP, something like that. You can just follow. Okay. And then after that, you have to also tell that what exactly you are doing, like ZFI underscore settlement, something like that. Okay. ZMM underscore open underscore posting period, something like that. You should, I mean, it should be meaningful. By reading at the description, one should understand, okay, what probably the background job will do. Then define the priority. So this is also important. Set job class A and B. So SAP has provided a provision where you can set a job class A, B, and C based on your priority. Okay. And then specifying the steps. So this is very important. Here you're gonna tell the system which program you wanted to run in the back end and the variant also. So that we will see here in the third step. Okay, variant to execute. Okay, so for example, you are having 40 company codes as I said. So but you wanted to only schedule the batch job for 20 company codes, right? So in those kind of scenarios, program will be same, but the variant will be different, because that variant will not include the rest of 20 company codes which you do not want it to include in your background job. And then set a start condition when the job should begin. It means at what date, at what time the job should run, okay, and at what frequency as well. So that thing we will discuss in this once we will jump to the system. Then the ABAP job components. All right. So in the background job, you will have to provide the ABAP program name, as I mentioned earlier, the variant name, which is the selection criteria for the program, and then the user authorization for job execution. So basically, usually I would say in production server, we use batch user, which is having all the authorizations to run, because if you are running with your personal ID, first of all, it is not recommended. Please note it down. Always use a batch user ID or consult your basis team. Okay, if you are scheduling a batch job. Otherwise, if basis team is scheduling it, don't worry. They're gonna use the batch user ID only, because in production system, your user ID will not have the access, right? So definitely the batch job will gonna fail. So that's why. So there are two things here. One is your creation ID and one is the ID via which this background job will run. Okay, so creation ID can be yours, not a problem, but the running ID, which is your batch user ID. Okay, then multiple steps. So suppose you wanted to run multiple programs in a sequence, program A, program B, program C. So definitely you can schedule one batch job only. And in the steps, you can say this is my first step, this is second step, and this is my third step. And you can run all those programs in steps in your one background job only. You do not need to, schedule three background jobs, because if they are prerequisite that for running the last program, you should run the first two program, then you can follow this multiple steps instead of scheduling multiple batch jobs, because it will also ensure that all your programs are running in sequence, okay? And you do not need to worry about the date and time of the batch job here. Then the job start conditions. So these are the start conditions, like immediate, you wanted to run it immediately. Okay, then you wanted to provide the date and time, a specific date and time for which you wanted to run. Then you wanted to run after a job. Suppose you are running a background job and now you want that this job should run once the earlier job finishes. Okay, the preceding job has finished. Then you can use this after job and you can mention this one. While choosing this after job, system will prompt you to put the preceding job which you wanted to check whether it has been finished or not. So you can put the preceding job name, and then after event triggered by a system event, example data upload. So if there is any event after which you wanted to run this background job, you can put this event name as well. Okay, and then the operation mode starts when the system switches mode, example to night mode. So there are a couple of operation mode, so that we will see that we can that we will see and how we can set it. Okay, then the job priority levels, as we discussed, so there are three priority levels SAP has provided: class A, class B, and class C, which will tell the system about the priority, how important this batch job is. Okay, and then this is the job management funnel. So how you can search the job by the name or by the status or by filtering the user or by the date range as well or by the job list. Okay, so and the troubleshooting part. So in the troubleshooting, first thing you can check if the background job has been failed, you can check the job log. Okay, why it has been failed. Then if there is any dump that has been generated while running the program, you can definitely go to ST22 or via that job log also you can just get the details, or system log. So in SLG1, If something you are storing in SLG1, or by standard it is getting stored in SLG1, you can go to SLG1 as well, which is your system log, and check in detail. Okay, and then the spool. So in the background job only, if your background job supports spool generation, then spool will be there in the background job. You can just click on the spool and you can get the spool list. Okay. And this is the background job management issues versus best practices. So radio cancelled. So troubleshooting and resolution is the best way. Then accumulated logs and regular housekeeping, then unstructured naming and clear prefixes. Okay. So do not follow the unstructured naming. Always follow the structured naming. Okay. As a best practice. Then if you are accumulating a lot of logs, it is essential to regular housekeeping. It means archiving, because there will be a lot of, I mean, thousands of back jobs will be running, right? So if you are accumulating the logs in the database, that will definitely uh, grow the store, I mean, increase the database uses. Okay, so it is, I mean, a essential process where a basis team has to archive the accumulated logs, like after 2 weeks or after 1 month, based on, yeah, based on the best practices. You can just archive the logs, okay, so that there will be no impact on the database performance. And then the troubleshooting and resolution. Okay, so if bad job is failing, take the action immediately, because definitely if you are not taking the action in the first fail, it is likely that in the second run also it might fail. Okay, so best is to take the action immediately once you get the notification. Okay, so this is the information about the bad job. Now let us run to the system and we'll see how we can see the bad job which are running. First of all, I will just show you. Okay, and then we're gonna create a bad job. So look here, what I'm using here. Let us go back. For searching, what I'm doing, job name is star, username is star, means all. And in the job status, I'm putting release status, ready, active, finished, cancelled, all. Okay, except scheduling. And in the job start condition, I'm putting this date range. I need a job details which are falling between these date ranges. Okay. Yeah. And then your ABAP program name. So if you know the program name, you can just easily, this is very easy, right? If we wanted to search a bad job, a specific bad job, it is a favorable process where if you know the program name, just put it here and search. Okay. So execute it. And you can see there are a lot of bad jobs. So like released, right? So it will run once the conditions will be met, then finished and all these things. Okay. Okay, so let us first create a bad job here. Okay, for an example, if I am taking an example like this one. Okay, so this is my program name here. First of all, note this down. This is my program name and I'm running it, and go to this button. This is a variant button, get variant. So I have created one variant here. This is my variant name. Company code is this one. Use current date and check and close. Okay. So this is the variant. So use current date, I am telling. Okay. Or you can just create your own by unticking this one and just put the period manually and create the variant. Okay. Let me come here again. Like this one, you can also create. Okay. Company code, any company code. I'm just taking it randomly just to show you guys. Okay. And then the period, you can just say like 10. And then the physical year, something like this. Okay. I mean, just giving an example uh, how to set this one. But set the filters, all these filters based on your requirement. Okay. So this is for material posting. And if I will show you another one, like this one, KOH, I believe so. This is the P code. Yeah. So for this is for the settlement. Okay. So this is for the settlement. So you can just run settlement period. You can select here, and based on that physical year. Okay. So this is again, you can just create your variant. All right. Okay. And then coming to the next one, I'm giving you multiple program options here, like this one. So this one is basically used to mass schedule maintenance plan. Okay, so if I will give like 365 days here, and server group, I was talking about this one, parallelly processing, right? Parallel processing, I will say 10 parallel processing. Okay, and I will just save it. Okay, like this one, I will say, and let's go plan, and then the description. All right, kind of this one. Now there are a few tick boxes over here. Protect variant only for background processing. Okay, so if you will tick this one, this variant will only work for the background processing and not for the reporting purpose. Okay, and if you will create on the, I mean, if you will tick on this protect variant, what will happen? Nobody can change this variant apart from you. Okay, and only display in catalog. I haven't used it, so I do not know what is the exact use of this one. Okay, and here also you can see here what I have selected. So it has been ticked. Okay, now save it. You can just check the program name from here as well. Copy this one, save it. Already saved. Go back, come again just to see the variant. Look here, the variant is coming. This is your variant name, maintenance underscore plan. Okay. Now go back, and from here also you can see. Select the variant in SE38. Put the program name. Select variants, display. Okay. Click on this one. You will see here. Here. Like this also you can go. Okay. So this is your variant name. Okay. Copy this one or copy this one, the program name. All right. Let us go to SM36 for creating the background job. I'm telling scheduling ZPM, which is plant maintenance, schedule plan. Okay. Okay. So here you can target the server. If you do not know, just leave it blank. Okay. Otherwise, you can put your preferred server where you wanted to run this background job. Okay. And then this is your job priority, which is ABC. Okay. So you can just put it. And this is your status, which is grayed out. So based on the steps you are following, it will automatically get updated. Okay. And this is the email notification that you can put to your email if in case the background job fails. Okay. Now click on step here. Okay. So recently I have used this program, so that's why automatically system has taken this one. So this put the program name over here, which is your ABAP program name, and now the variant which I created, this one. Okay, and now important thing is here user. You can see. So you have to put the batch username over here. Okay, do not put your username. Okay, but this is a demo system. I will not change it. But yes, in your production system, basis team, you will use the batch user ID. Okay. All right. So now check it and save it. Okay. So now it will come like this one. Okay. You can see parameters, which is your variant. You double click over here. You will see the detail. All right. Or else you wanted to go to the variant. Click on go to variant just to check, just to ensure. Okay. Now what was the next thing is the start condition. Okay, what is the start condition I wanted to put? So I wanted to run it from today At what time? Outside business hours. So I will tell it to run at 9 p.m. Okay, you can set it as your required time, 9 p.m. Okay, do not set the no start after. If you wanted to run it like for 2 or 3 times, you can just set it. Okay, and it will also show you the system zone. This is the system time only. All right, now coming to this other options, as I said, immediately. If you wanted to run it immediately after clicking on the release, it will run immediately. Okay, or after job, if you wanted to put any job name, after that job you want to run, put here. After event, similar to that, just put the event name. Operation mode, if you wanted to follow any operation mode like dummy, or you can create. I mean, this is all basis thing, okay. But basic thing that I'm showing you that is generally used is the date and time, okay. And then the next thing that is basically, I mean, usually used is the period values, okay. So hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, how you wanted to run it. So I wanted to run it daily at 9 p.m. So I will click daily and I will save it, okay, and click on save here, okay. So look here, it has been ticked as a periodic job, and just click on save. All right, so I have saved it. Still it is scheduled. So now notice this one. Job frequency is daily now. It will run from 5th of July 2026 at 9 p.m. system time, CET. All right, now click on save here. Look here, what it is telling. This job is now released. Okay. All right, so now copy this and go to SM37. This has been already released. Okay. SM37, put the job name. I can put my username as well because I have created this one, so do not, there is no problem. I do not need to put the ABAP program name as well. Okay, just need to put this one. I will just select it like this one, execute. You can see this job is now released. It is ready to run. Okay, where client 400. Okay, time as well it will show. Just let me select it. I think it is not select. You will start time. Um, Copy this one. Look here. So it will tell you the schedule start date and the schedule start time as well. And there is no end date and time I have mentioned. So it's gonna run on a daily basis until I stop it manually. Okay, and job created by this one as well. Okay, and if you will double click on this one, you will get the details again. Daily, this one. Okay, click on job details as well. It will show you all these things. Okay, the client ID, job name. If you have selected any server name, it will select this. It will show the server name as well. And this is the user ID by which the job has been scheduled, last change, released. Okay, so all these informations you will get it. So this is how you can just create and schedule your batch job. Now coming to the troubleshooting part. Okay, so I cannot show you for this one, uh, but I can just pick one of the existing one and let's see if I would be able to show you something from that. Mm, yeah. So now see here, as I was mentioning, there will be a spool also that will get created. So you can see here, first thing is status is finished. It means it has been successfully finished. All right. And next thing, if you wanted to check the spool list, so just double click over here and click on this one. Okay, so there is no record right now in this spool list. Let me find if I can be able to pull any of these pull list here. So basically this pull list contains your record, number of records that has been processed in this sphere. So like this one, look here. So these are all company codes. Okay, look here, closing period, and, and this is company code. So look here. So these are the number of records that have been processed in this batch job, in this run. Okay, so this is your spool list. The second thing is go to the job log here. It will tell you. Okay, so so if there will be any error, let me find out if I can show you that something has been cancelled. Let me put some of the dates back. Yeah. So look here, the status is cancelled over here. Okay, so let us just click this batch job and click on job log. Okay, so logon of user Solman underscore setup in a client failed when starting a step. So it means the login was failed. Okay, so straight away you can go to the security person or the basis person to check why the login was failed. So kind of this, you can just do the troubleshooting. Okay, let me just take another example. These are all Solman setup. DDIC. Let's see what is the exact error here. So step one created program with variant started as well. Okay, so the job has been started with this program name and variant. Now LCT was already triggered or we are on a master. The job cancelled after system exception error message. Okay, just double click over here and you will see this much. Sometimes it will show more messages as well. Okay, double click here. Let's see. Oh, nothing is there, right? So you have to take the help from your technical team based on this error. Okay, if this error is not that in detail, you have to take the help of your technical team, ABAP team, or the basis team to understand. Okay, because it is telling LCT was already triggered or we are on a master. Okay, so something like that. So it's an error message here. You can see this is E. It means this is an error message. So straight away your ABAP team can pull the message number and error message to see what is that. All right. So kind of this, you can do the troubleshooting on your own, first of all, as an initial step, I would say. Okay, so this is how you can do the troubleshooting. So I think I have covered each and everything here, creation, then scheduling of the batch job, the creation of the variant, right? How to find the program name, put the program name in the batch job, how to check the status, troubleshooting, and all those things. All right, okay. So please do like and share my channel if you are liking my videos. All right, so I'm just ending this video here and we'll meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye and take care of yourself and your family. Thank you.